Hello, Chocks and Chocolates, and between Roberto for another video review. Well, it's not a chocolate one this time, it's Maynard's Bassett's Beetlejuice Double Bill. Yeah, look at this. Very interesting on this one. Basically, wine gums, I think you'd say, spooky gums. There we go. Sort of, what is it? Surprise flavours, it says, although I think it does give a description on the back if my memory serves when I looked at it. And licorice mix as well, so black and white licorice. So very interesting on this one. It kind of lends itself to licorice. Not a big fan of Bassett's Allsorts, basically, but we'll see. Yeah, my dad always was. One of those, wasn't it? Like dad sweets, isn't it, really, I think. But there we go. Yeah, still very interesting. I'll do them at the same time. Limited edition flavours, both obviously Halloween themed and also Beetlejuice themed, I guess. I've not seen the new film. I saw the old one years back. I've not seen it recently, actually. It's a classic, isn't it, the old one? But I can't remember much about it other than these characters being in it. And was it Christina Ricci in it? Yeah, and Michael Keaton, of course. I don't really know what was going on. It was some kind of weird hijinksy film, wasn't it? I don't know. But anyway, very bit eerie, I guess, a bit strange, but there we go. Yeah, so we'll go for both of these. I mean, you know, it's one of those really where obviously it's Halloween. There's loads of pots out of Halloween. I'm going to try and go for as much as I can this week. So black and white licorice Allsorts, it says there. So there we go. This sulphites wheat, it says in big yellow writing there. Natural colours, natural flavours. There we are, there's all the ingredients there, or, well, that's not actually the ingredients, that's the ingredients, but that's this. I did a small print for the competition, I guess. So presumably there's some kind of competition. Feel free to scan that, do whatever you like. 400 grams, 328 calories, 2.1 grams of fat, 1.7 which is saturates. And there we go, and the pack itself is 130 grams. So there we are. Alright. You can only recycle, the bags at large supermarkets don't recycle at home, but you can in the Republic of Ireland if you have that same. If these packages are sold in both places, so a bit frustrating, but there we go. Then we've got the wine gum ones, which obviously, position again. So it says fruit flavour gums. So we've got there orange flavour, pineapple flavour, lemon flavour, pear flavour, raspberry flavour, blackcurrant flavour. So this is like surprise flavours, but are they just basically the same ones? I don't know really. I don't really know what wine gums usually are, but I'm sure that sounds quite wine gummy. 400 grams, 330 calories, 0.2 grams of fat, 0.2 which are saturates. And there's all the other per 4 sweets, 23.6 grams, 78 calories. Less than 0.1 grams of fat and saturates. There's the other things, feel free to scan it, all the terms, conditions, stuff like that. There we go. Don't recycle at home again. Back to last supermarkets, but you can provide on this and the other. There we go. Sweets images on pack for illustrative purposes only. Okay. Interesting, it doesn't give you per so many sweets for this one. I guess it's because they're all randomly different, but there we go. So that's what we'll do. We'll move stuff down, give them an open, see what they're like on the inside, and then give them a bit of a taste. So let's do just that. Right, come and get this Beetlejuice Double Bill from Maynard's. Maynard's Double Bill. Licorice mix and the spooky gums mix. I quite like the way that the Beetlejuice here is in green, that one's in white. It's like where they've sort of done it a bit differently. Yeah, okay, let's come over. Let's see what the licorice one looks like first. Give that a go. Let's have a see. That's pretty nifty. Let's nothing else in there. Okay. It smells very licoricey, I must say. Alright, so the usual licoricey type stuff. None of the ones that traditionally in licorice all sorts of like, I guess these ones sort of tend to be coloured, don't they? To get different colours of those. But there's no like, I'm sure there's like circular ones, and I'm sure there's like little sugar cubey ones as well, which are ones I tend to like, the ones without licorice in them. We've got a few Bertie Bassets there. A few of the squarey ones. They don't look very uniform, do they? I'm sure they used to look a bit neater than this, although I could be wrong. Alright. Okay, well, yeah, and we've just got the solid licorice ones. I think for me, I'm not a big fan of the licorice itself, so I think for me, I'm going to prefer the sort of the white part of it all, which obviously is a bit missing in this. It's mainly a black piece, isn't it? But it just seems reasonable. We've got about 4 or 5 of each. Yeah, 6 of these ones. 4 of those, but these are bigger ones, so not too bad. 10, 16, 20, 24. 24 in total, so not bad there, not too bad. Very licoricey smell. You can see they're all randomly sized, probably why you don't say per 4 sweets, obviously being cut quite randomly. It looks like 2 things being stuck together, I guess. There you go. Yeah, they look the part. They look the part. Alright, not too bad. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, let's move those aside. Get the old like spooky gums, wine gums essentially. That's quite empty there. It was nice though. Okay, oh goodness me. Now, they always have a bit of an oily feel, don't they? Licorice or wine gums. I don't know, not many. Are these multiple different kinds of flavours? There's lots of different lots of shapes and bats and things. But it said there's quite a few different flavours on here. So this is like pineapple flavour, lemon flavour, pear flavour, raspberry flavour, blackcurrant flavour, orange flavour. So 6 flavours here, but I don't know, unless it's just random. But there's no yellow ones. There's no yellow ones in wine gums, or there's no on the back there. So I don't know if they just, I don't know if they are literally, if it's down to the shapes maybe. Find that out, I guess. But you know, maybe a bit just, well, even then I'm not sure, because you've got a coffin there, so you've got some coffin looking ones. I guess some kind of spidery one. It's typical, isn't it, having a spider? Tombstone, is that? What that's meant to be? I think it's meant to be a gravestone, tombstone. It's like a book of some kind. Necronomicon, perhaps. And a bat, of course. Seems to be a bat anyway. It doesn't really actually look like a bat when you look at it, but it just looks like a mess, really. But it's bat shaped. I don't mean, I assume that's meant to be a bat. I mean, what else could it be possibly meant to be? I don't know. Very strange. Unless it's something on Beetlejuice I'm not aware of. But yeah, I don't know. Bat feels like about right. Yeah, that does say R.I.P. on it. So yeah, definitely a gravestone, I guess. Although, well, do they actually say R.I.P. in on gravestones? Maybe they do. I guess they do. Well, there we go. Yeah, I don't know if there's many other shapes. Also, there's spiders, books, possibly bats. A bit of a lazy attempt at a bat, really. Yeah, it's just a load of just lines. Alright, there we go. So count-wise, well, let's say flavours difficult to determine here. I don't know whether they've just done random, you know, as I said, there's no orange or yellow ones here. I'm sure there's usually, and there's only 2 green ones. I really don't know if we've just been unlucky here, whether there's just not, you know, any other flavours. There's maybe 6 flavours, don't forget. So 11 there, that's 13, and plus 8, so 21 in total. But alright, well, let's sum this up, give them a taste, see what they're like. I don't know, we're going to rate these at the end, you know, probably well out of 5 of course, but I don't know whether we're going to do a summary for each or not, I'm not sure, we'll see. But let's sum this up, find what they're like. Okay everyone, okay, we're going to give these a yes, these Maynard's Bassett's Beetlejuice Double Bill of spooky gums and licorice mix a taste, and why not? So basically wine gums and real licorice, but really sort of themed around Halloweeny Beetlejuice type affairs going on. So the licorice is kind of just black and white basically, as we saw before. Which I guess, you know, is kind of interesting, but I feel like the rest of having nice colouring in the Liquorice Allsorts is quite interesting. I quite like the colour bits, and it doesn't have any of the little cubey ones that don't contain licorice, all the bits that contain licorice, because it's black and white, so I guess it's just easy for them to just include. Ones like this is just solid licorice. And of course got the wine gums as well. So I think we'll taste the licorice ones first. Not a massive licorice fan. We'll give it a go, so it's like, so let's give this a taste. Wow, goodness me. It's really quite tough. I'm sure it's a bit softer than this back in the day. I used to pinch some of my dad's, although not many of them because I wasn't too big a fan. It's like a sort of sugar centre really. It's kind of a weird sort of tasties, even though they're just kind of sugar, they're just obviously very distinct, not really that much else. They did a fruit all sorts a few years back, and even they were very different as well. Well, actually, I was never a massive fan of these growing up, but okay, let's try it's a solid licorice, but maybe it's one of those where you get them with age, you know, you like them. It's that kind of dad sweets, isn't it? Not very salty. I think if you have licorice on the continent, you know, in places like Netherlands, places like this, it's quite a bit more salty, I think. Quite I've got that kind of typical licorice taste. I think these ones are better with the sugary bits in. You just sort of temper the licorice down a bit. But nonetheless, I didn't mind these ones actually. Let's just try this one. More sugar, more the sugary centre, I guess, than anything else. It's quite Quite chewy, you know, the centre is quite resistant. Not bad, you know. I think very gimmicky, these ones. I mean, obviously it's black and white, you know, it's meant to be like you know, Beetlejuice, I guess. You know, although he does have green hair, but I'm sure he used to wear black and white suits. But it's not bad actually, you know. I think it's definitely one. I think I wouldn't have liked these as a kid, but you know, they're not too bad now as an adult, really, an older adult, I guess. Yeah, I feel like the colours, you know, a bit disappointing. You know, it's a gimmick, isn't it? But I think it's nice to have the different colours and all different flavours. Although I do remember the brown ones not being as nice as the other ones, so this one are quite consistent. There's quite a lot of just regular licorice bits. You know, there's, let's say, the Bertie Bassett ones. You know, it seems there's a lacking of the. I mean, I'm sure they still do licorice also, so I've not had them for a while. But those like, you know, just cubes of sugar basically. I think they had like a sugary coating, a bit more sugar in this, and then just inside of that. I'm not sure, but this was quite like those ones, and there's little jelly ones as well, where there's just like little sort of balls with a jelly centre or something. Very strange, but I don't have those in here. So all those ones are missing, which I'm sure, you know, maybe they're not in Allsorts anymore, but I'm sure they are. So it is a bit disappointing that they've limited the range, of course, assuming they are still around in Allsorts. I've not had them for a long time. Yeah, all in all, it's not too bad. I don't think it's, but it does seem to be worse than the regular Allsorts. I think, you know, they've literally took ones out that don't suit the theming, so I think that's a bit disappointing. So yeah, I don't know, I'm going to do this. I'll put a rating of you know, 3 out of 5 at the bottom. I think reasonably good, interesting, but it was probably more towards a 2.5 than anything else. But obviously, licorice fans only, really. But you might be disappointed if you're a licorice fan from, you know, I'll say, you know, mainland Europe, I think, because it's not quite the same. It's a bit more toned down, bit less salty, I think. I think so, anyway. All right, let's move on to the old wine gums. Then we've got plenty of red ones. I mean, the distribution is a bit poor. You can see sort of, you know, these ones, even though they look the same, slightly different colours. I think this one's darker than that one. It doesn't, you know, look too obvious, but you know, you can kind of just see it when you have them on the plate. I don't know if they're different flavours, even though they look to be identical. It would explain why there's quite a few red ones. 4 of the red ones seem to be of that darker persuasion. So yeah, so maybe there are 4 flavours really. Don't know, just, yeah, not sure. Interesting. We've only got 2 green ones all the same, so I'm assuming they're distinct flavours. Let's give one a try. Let's try this coffin. So presumably blackcurrant one. Let's give it a go. Interesting. It's not a typical blackcurrant flavour, that one. It does taste very. I think that was a pineapple-y one, maybe. So they've clearly randomised the flavours. I think is just of it. They are just, you know, any of them could have any flavour basically. I think. It's a bit hard to review them all, of course, because I have no idea what the flavours are. This one's a bit more normal. They're all still very wine gum like though. They're very chewy, sort of slightly oily texture to them. Slightly strange taste. Well, very distinct sweets really. Wine gums, I would say. Let's try this batty one as well. Let's see. This is the darker bat. I mean, it's still. I assume it's meant to be a bat. Anyway, it really doesn't look. It just looks like a load of. I don't know. When you look at it closely. I think this is a lemon one. Yeah, but this strange one really, because you know so the flavour's been a bit random. I don't know. This is a gimmick, isn't it? It's a limited edition one. That's the point of it, you know. But I think it's kind of nice to know what flavours you're getting, really. But you know, I get it. It's a limited edition one, this and the other. So yeah, they're quite nice. These ones. I think they're a bit. You know. I think I prefer the regular wine gums. I prefer just regular wine gums. I think just having all the distinct colours and flavours. You know, that you can easily tell what they are and know what they are, know what to expect. I think you kind of, you know, I mean, obviously you could just be in the cinema, just dipping into the bag and grabbing whatever. But I think it's nice to know what you're getting really, and be expecting it, you know, and know what the distribution is. I think for me. Maybe it's just one colour's a different flavour. I don't know. The black ones do seem to be. I think pineapple flavour, maybe pear. Definitely a different flavour than what you'd expect and normal, I think. Yeah, they're okay. Not as good as regular wine gums, but they're an interesting gimmick. They look good for Halloween, this, that and the other. You know, the flavours are quite nice, actually, quite distinct, but it's hard to know, you know, as I say, what they all are, what they should be, what you should be having, this, that and the other. So I think for me, these ones, I think 3.5 out of 5, I think, is the gist of it. They're pretty good, pretty interesting, but I think regular wine gums are probably 3.5, 4, and a bit more, just, I don't know, just something a bit more about regular wine gums. I think you get more of them in the pack. They seem a bit more substantial as well. These ones a bit smaller shapes, things like this. So, but they're interesting. It's quite nice. Got random flavours. I don't know if it's an interesting gimmick. I don't know if it's one I'd be like long term. Maybe it's a one off, or as you know, maybe two off if you have them twice. It's a limited edition. It's not bad. I can understand it, but yeah, so interesting one. But there we go. Alright guys, well there we are. So that's the yes, Beetlejuice double bill. Hope you enjoyed that. It's an interesting one indeed. Some yeah, I'm surprised at how much I quite like the Liquorice Allsorts actually. So maybe I'll give them another go at some point. Maybe. Alright guys, take care. Have a great Halloween. See you soon. Bye for now. See ya.